Hello, my name's Lenny Dunn and I'm a specialist speech and language therapist in Newham, and I work with children and young people with developmental language disorder.
Hi, my name's Jill Toynton and I'm also a specialist speech and language therapist from the Language Communication Direction Service.
You're probably watching this video today because you have a child or somebody in your family who has developmental language disorder. We've made this video to explain to you what developmental language disorder is, how it might affect your child, the things you can do to help your child, and other places that you can get more help and information from.
Okay, so we want to explain to you what DLD is. So DLD stands for Developmental Language Disorder. Developmental means something that you grow up with, so it's something that a person has always had. Language means understanding what others say and talking. Disorder means when something doesn't work the way you expect. So, DLD means when a child grows up having difficulties with understanding or talking. And it's when you look at someone, you can't see that they have DLD, so it's a hidden disability.
So, what do we mean by DLD? DLD is when a child or young person has difficulties with talking and understanding. So when they're talking, maybe they have difficulties using all the sounds in words or saying the sounds in the right places in a word. They may have a smaller vocabulary, so they know less words than maybe other children of their age would. Or maybe they find it hard to think of the word that they want to say. They often have difficulties joining words together, so their sentences may sound a little jumbled up. And with their understanding, they might find it difficult to understand what other people are saying to them. And also when they're reading, they might find it difficult to understand some of the text. People with DLD say it's a bit like learning a foreign language, where what they're hearing is all jumbled up. It's not only the speech and language therapist that can make the difference to your child. It's about everybody working together to help support your child's language development. DLD is a lifelong condition. With the right support, children and young people can learn how to manage their communication difficulties.
What DLD is not, it's not caused by learning two languages. It's nothing to do with a child being lazy, and it really does not mean that your child can't achieve great things.
So how might DLD affect your child? Well, we know that DLD will affect their learning in school because language is used in every lesson throughout the day. DLD may also affect your child's reading and writing, thinking of words they want to say, knowing how to put the words together in a sentence, and understanding different types of sentences and words when they read them. It may affect your child's ability to make and keep friends, to know how to start a conversation and what to say if there's an argument or there's a problem. How can they use words to put that right? And also, your child may find it hard to use words to say how they're feeling and what's made them feel that way.
What can you do as a parent to help your child with DLD? These are just a few of the things that you might want to do. So reducing your language, so making things less complex to help them understand what you're saying. Using comments instead of asking questions. We know that young people can find it difficult to answer questions, and comments give them much more of a model for them to give information. You might want to check their understanding. So if you give an instruction, don't assume that they've understood. You might ask them to repeat back so that you know they've understood. You can explain and use new words often. So if you explain a word, then you might need to repeat that word, because we know that children and young people with DLD need lots of exposures to new vocabulary. you could repeat back their sentences without the mistakes. So if they make an error in a sentence, rather than getting them to correct it, just try to naturally repeat that back to them without a mistake. So for example, if they said, I goed there, you'd say, oh yes, you went there. It's useful to show things as well as tell them. So demonstrate, model, and draw pictures to help them understand things that you're trying to explain. And the other thing is to try to work in partnership with your child's speech and language therapist. So the more that you work together, the more that you can achieve. The other thing that you can do is to explain developmental language disorder, or DLD, to other people so that they have an understanding of it. At the moment, not that many people know about DLD, and that makes it even more challenging for the children and young people. So the more you talk about it with your friends and family, the better.
So where can parents get more information? On this slide, you'll see various organisations in the UK that offer specialist support to parents with children and young people with DLD. It's worth exploring their websites and looking at the information and the latest research on DLD that you'll find there. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, not that many people have heard of DLD. Let's all try and spread the word and explain what DLD is to other people.